in all the cars on the street, including my car. And my car was deep in the mountain. And I was really like, what am I going to do? How am I going to get home? How am I going to get my car out? This is my car. And I called the police, and the police said, look, no one told you to park on that street. You got to get a shovel and get the car out, and when you're ready, call us and we'll tow it. So what do you mean? They said, you got the car in the mountain, you got to get the car out.
Wow. Direct message.
Direct message. And I was so, I can't believe that. Anyway, I woke up, and then I went to my voice teacher that day for real.
Mm-hmm.
And I talked about the dream, and at that moment I had an epiphany with her, and I said, well, I got myself into this with my voice, and I have to get myself out of this.
Wow.
And it had a huge impact on my life, because I really feel like there are times in my life where I felt that things were out of my control,
mm-hmm.
like losing my hearing and stuff like
mm-hmm.
that. But this was one of these things where I had used my voice in a way over many years, although it was healthy and strong, then it was injured. And I got myself into it, and I had to get myself out of it. And it just gave me a huge feeling of ownership, that all the good things in my life I'd created, but the bad things in my life I'd created as well. And that if I ever wanted to change them, only the person who could change it would be me.
That's a good message.
It was, and I guess it's so simple, but it was one I was ready to hear.
It is profound to have it come to you so clearly.
It was very profound.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a dream of ownership. It was an ownership of the positive and negative things in my life.
Did you feel literally that there was something either emotional or something physical that you had done that had caused the condition with your vocal cords, or not?
Well, it was a combination of, no one really knows why I got a polyp in my vocal cords. And it might have been a very, very old injury.
Mm-hmm.
It might have had to do with singing through 2 pregnancies and having a lot more vascularity. Might have had to do with the fact that I grew up in a family that screamed and yelled a lot, in a friendly, loving way. But just
I know that way.
And that's how we settled our arguments, is just by being louder. And then I just used and abused my voice. And then I got a polyp, and then I've changed. I don't know.
That's a good story. What did your music teacher say, just out of curiosity, when you told her?
She loved the dream, and as angry as I was at my therapist and not for saying that,
mm-hmm.
in a way, I guess she's so brilliant. Her poorly chosen words were even more of a catalyst to me to prove to her that I was not unteachable. And I actually started going to my voice teacher at that point twice a week. And it has totally been a positive. So even though her words hurt me,
mm-hmm. They helped.
They were. She said she was. I mean, she's a nice person. It just didn't come out the way.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, it was a good lesson all around.
Cool. Well, one last question. If you had a wish for the world that your children are going to grow up into, what would that be, or any thoughts on that?
Well, I'm a little worried about the world right now. But it seems to me historically people have always seen that there are problems in the world and always been concerned about the world. So I don't know if the world is worse off now than it was 100 years ago or 2,000 years ago. I see incredible cruelty in this world. And I see a lot of suffering in this world. And I hope that the gifts of technology that we've learned we can use to help people, rather than the gifts of technology becoming more effective at hurting people. And I think that technology is a huge challenge for us, because it's like the Nazis used technology to be more effective in killing people, but it was good technology. It was just misused. And so I I just hope that the world is able to. I just hope we take care of ourselves and that the world continues to exist. I don't think the world will ever be perfect. I don't think everyone will ever love each other. I don't think people will ever stop killing each other. And I don't think people will ever really do what they're supposed to, which probably isn't, maybe a little surprising coming from I just believe people will always be themselves. There's going to be a certain amount of cruelty in the world, and there's going to be a certain amount of good in the world. I just hope that the balance stays. That there's still enough good to balance out the bad, and there could be a fulcrum, that's honest, and that people can continue to exist with. And I'm afraid sometimes that things tip too much this way. I don't think it's reasonable with human nature to ever believe that everybody will do what they're supposed to. So I don't want to wish for something that's totally impossible. But I hope my kids can have as wonderful a life as I have.
That's plausible.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I hope. And I hope that the damage we've done to the environment can be reversed. I hope. And, and I hope that all the species that are teetering on the brink of extinction don't expire. And, I hope all those things that politically correct people hope, but, like my dream, we have to make it happen, one good deed at a time.
Yeah. Thank you, Gabrielle.
Sure.